So yesterday we had a quick chat about doing the message on the poppy, didn't we? Because on Armistice Day this year we're going to mark 100 years since the outbreak of which war? Since the outbreak of push, go on. W O R W O R.
Yeah.
Feeling better, good. W O R L D world. W. Go on, yeah, you're right. 100 years since the outbreak of World W A R World War. That's it, push 1. You're right. And what they're doing is they're going to be planting a field of poppies beside the ramparts of the Menin Gate Memorial at Ypres in France. So what they want to do, feeling better, is get people involved in the commemoration by sending back the poppy with your own personal message on it. But before we do the message, I thought we'd just have a quick chat about Armistice Day and what it's all about. Okay? So it's commemorated every year on the 11th of November to mark the armistice signed between the Allies of World War I and Germany. So Armistice Day is commemorated every year on when? 11th of N O V E M B E R, yeah. So it's commemorated on the 11th of November when the armistice was signed between the Allies of World War I and which country? Between the Allies of World War I and G E push R, yeah, J M A N. Go on, Y, yeah. Between the Allies and Germany, and it was signed on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. So this is the official date that marks the end of the war and reflects the ceasefire on the Western Front, even though there was still some fighting that continued in other regions, but then they have their own days where they celebrate. So the date has been declared a national holiday in many of the Allied nations, and this date commemorates members of the armed forces who were killed during the First World War. Now, the first Armistice Day was held at Buckingham Palace, and it commenced with King George V hosting a banquet during the evening hours of November the 10th in 1919. So the first Armistice Day was held in which palace? B U C K I N G H A. Finish it off. Last letter. Buckingham. M. Thank you. Yes. about 1 hour. So, the first Armistice Day was held in Buckingham Palace, and it was by a banquet hosted by which king? King G E.
When?
Yeah, about 1 hour, cheeky.
Ma.
Mum will be back with Grandma, won't she?
When?
Yeah, in about 1 hour. So, which king was it? It was G E O R G E. King George. And which one? Which number? King George the 5th. Yeah, you're right. And then after he'd had the banquet, the first official Armistice Day took place on the morning of November the 11th on the grounds of Buckingham Palace. Now, most countries, however, changed the name of Armistice Day after World War II to honour veterans of not just the First World War, but subsequent conflicts. And most of the member states of the Commonwealth of Nations adopted the name Remembrance Day. So after World War II, most countries changed the name of Armistice Day to what name? R-E-M-E-M-B-R-A. Yeah, remember. Finish it off. Go on.
Ma.
Keep going. N C A D A. Why, that's right, they changed the name to Remembrance Day. And the reason that they changed the name was to R-E-M-B-E-R. It was to remember
Mama.
Mum and Grandma will be back in a bit. They'll have had their lunch and then they'll come home when they've done their job. Yeah, so the reason they changed their name was to remember. Feeling better? Yeah, and Special Olympics later. They changed it to Remembrance Day, and this was to remember S-O-L-D S-O-L-D-I-E-R-S, to remember soldiers. W-H-O, who? So it was to remember soldiers who D-I-E-D died, I-N-O-T-H-E-R, in other, W-A-R-S. Yeah, that's right, to remember the soldiers who died in other wars. So what happens on Remembrance Day? Well, in many parts of the world, people observe a moment of silence at 11 a.m. Local time as a sign of respect. Now, in the first minute, this is for the 20 million people who died in the war. And in the second minute, which I didn't know, it's dedicated to the living people who've been left behind and deeply affected by the conflict. So, at 11 o'clock, as a sign of respect, people normally have 2 minutes of S-I-L-E-N-C. Finish it off. Silence. Hey, good. Yeah, now the first minute is to remember the people who died in the wars. But the second minute is dedicated to... Dedicated to what? The second minute is dedicated to... What do you want? Dedicated to T H E the
Ma.
Mum will be back in a bit.
When
Yeah, she'll be back in about 1 hour. So the second minute is dedicated to the P E O P L E to the people, A F F E C T E D to the people. Affected.
Bye-bye.
You said goodbye to Dad, didn't you? Yeah, so the second minute is dedicated to the people affected. B Y by T H E W A R S. Yeah, it is. It's dedicated to people affected by the wars, the ones that are still alive, but the conflict has had a huge impact on their lives as well. Now, in Britain, in 1939, the 2 minute silence was moved to a Sunday, which was nearest to the 11th of November, and this was because it was in the war and they didn't want it to interfere with wartime production if it was in the week. So in which year did they move the 2 minute silence? In 1939. Yeah, 1939. And they moved it to which day? S-U-N-D-A. Calm down. Yeah. Why? Yeah. So in 1939, they moved it to a Sunday. And the reason they moved it to a Sunday was so it didn't affect what? Didn't interfere with T-H-E to the W-A to, didn't affect the WARTIME the wartime PROD. So it didn't affect the wartime PROD. Let's finish that word off. UCTIO and N. Yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah, about 1 hour. Now, after the end of World War II, most Armistice Day events were moved to the nearest Sunday, and they began to commemorate both of the World Wars. And now, many people attend the 11 a.m. ceremony at the Cenotaph in London in memory of those who have served in these wars. But there are lots and lots of commemorations all over the countries. And like I said, this year they're going to do a Flanders field of poppies at Ypres in France. So would you like to do your message for the back of your poppy so Mum can send it off? Yeah? Okay. Where is that piece? Now, just a quick bit about this. So we wear a poppy, don't we, to remember the lives that have been affected by wars. And these poppies, they often give people a sense of hope after life has seemed to be destroyed on the battlefield. The reason we use the poppy is because this little flower had managed to survive. So despite all the people being killed on these battlefields, the poppy still grows on the battlefields of Western Europe, and we adopted it as the symbol to remember them. So on the front of the poppy it says, "At the going down of the sun in the morning, we will remember them." Your Flanders field poppy. So your poppy, would you like to do a P for poem or just M for message? Which one? Poem.
Yeah.
Okay then. So we can either do a poem using, we could do a poem using the letters of poppy, so P-O-P-P-Y, or you could just write a few words of a poem. So a poem using the letters of poppy, or we could just do a few words. Which one would you like to do? No. So using the letters, or just to use a few of the words. A few words.
Yeah.
Okay. So on your Flanders field poppy, you would like to write I-N-T in, I'm not sure whether you wanted that T, in, T, H, in, T, H, E, in the, P, O, P, P, poppy. F I E L D, in the poppy field. I S is P E,
Ma.
in the poppy field is
Ma.
P E. See Mum in a bit.
Wanna.
P E A C E is peace. A N D, and hang on a minute. Peace and L O B E, in the poppy field is peace and love. F O R for O is peace and love. For, not sure whether you wanted the O or not. For A L L for all. O U R for all are. H E R O E S, in the poppy field is peace and love for all our heroes. All our heroes. For all our heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nearly done that. In the poppy field is peace and love for all our heroes. O F of
Wanna. Wanna.
Y E S T E R D.
Wanna.
Yeah, for all our heroes of yes, T E R D A Y, for all our heroes of yesterday. A N D and T O.
Oh yeah.
How you doing? Good. Yesterday and T O D A Y. Yesterday and today. Y O
Wanna.
Y
Yeah.
Yeah, not long. Last little bit. 1 minute. For all our heroes of yesterday and today. Y O. So do the Y O again. Y O U
Okay.
U-A-R. Finish it off. Last one. Nearly done. A-R-A-U-R. N-O-T. You are not. F. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You are not. You are not. F. O. R. G. O. T. T. E. N.
Yeah.
Have you finished your message? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't.
No.
No? Okay. You are not forgotten.
Okay.
In the poppy field is peace and love for all our heroes of yesterday and today. You are not forgotten.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure now, because you said that you hadn't finished. So just, would you like to continue or would you like to finish? Finish. Okay. So your message for the poem, for the poppy, is in the poppy field is peace and love for all our heroes of yesterday and today. You are not forgotten.
Okay.
That's lovely. And we can get Mom to send that off, and your poppy will be planted in the field along with millions of other poppies. Look, and it will look like that red field on that picture. That's beautiful, Chris. Well done.